Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone, and today I'm going to be showing off my latest toy. My husband, more so than I, has wanted a Switch, so this past weekend he went out and we found one, and now we own one, along with a Pro Controller and another set of Joy-Cons and a backpack that's behind me, which I'll show you. So yeah, this is it. I'll give you a close-up of everything. This is the Pro Controller. I kind of like how it's translucent. It makes me think of the original Game Boy Advance and the recent 2DS systems, I think, that they released in Japan. It feels really nice. The joysticks are really smooth. The buttons are pretty clicky, nice and responsive. This feels really familiar to another controller that I've had or currently have. I need to dig it out. It is one that is made by Apple, and it feels and looks so similar. So if I can find it, I'll take a picture and stick it in right about here. Okay, so this is the Pro Controller. This is the back. It's also translucent. You can see the battery behind the plate here. It's got these nice grips. Wish they were rubber, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Although for the price they want for these, you should be. Next up are, I guess I'll show you what these are. If you haven't seen, these are extenders for the Joy-Cons when you're using them off the system. Many people have gotten these lodged onto their consoles, or not their consoles, their Joy-Cons, because they put them on wrong. And my husband was no different. He was one of them. He didn't pay attention to me when I told him to be careful, and he fucked up. So, this is the controller. This is the slider thing. All you have to do is match up the sign that's here to the controller that you're using. So that's minus, turn it around, and then you slide it on. Sorry guys, one-handed here. There we go. And extends the height of the controller, makes it a lot more comfortable. And certain games require this add-on be used, such as the 1-2 Switch game. But yeah, these are for all the Joy-Cons. Next up is the, I guess they call it the dog face controller. I have my neon Joy-Cons set in it right now. It's okay. I really don't like the ergonomics of how they have the buttons set up for this and the Joy-Con on its own when you're playing it sideways. I really feel like this should be moved over. This home button should have been in the center, but whatever. Yeah, so you do have to tap your amiibo to the frickin' joystick. I'm sure you can get around the area, but I find it's just easier to tap it to the stick, which are also buttons that you can press down and click. Ejecting this is pretty simple. Looks like it's looking for the console. On the back, you have buttons that release it from the controller grip. Unfortunately, this is not the charging dock thing. I'll eventually get that down the line. And last but not least is the console itself. Now, let me put the other controller on and show you. And here is the console with both Joy-Cons attached and with the black theme used on the interface. For those of you that don't know, you can change it in the settings, and you get the choice between white or black at the moment, and I personally like black. So, yes. What do I think about the console? This is what the Wii U should have been. Is this a good console? I can't say for now. Personally, the lineup that's out right now doesn't really appeal to me for the most part. There are several games. 1-2 Switch is great. Fast RMX is pretty fun. Has Been Heroes is not really that fun, in my opinion, but whatever. Shovel Knight, can't go wrong with it. Snipper Clips, it's okay. Personally, I find 1-2 Switch better than Snipper Clips. And, I mean, Neo Geo you can't go wrong with. Obviously, these are just the games I have at the moment. There are more. Legend of Zelda is one of them, but I'm not really that much into the games as everyone else. So, I haven't picked it up. At least for this, I'll eventually download it for the Wii U or something to try it. As far as the console goes, do I think it's well built? No. I think it was rushed. I think it's okay, but it could have been better. There is issues that people are having with the tablet portion that are warping. I myself had the Joy-Con on the left side not responding like many others. Nintendo fixed it really quick, which is fine. As long as they fix these issues like they did with this, whatever, it is what it is. They rushed out a console that they tried to keep cheap, and this is the price you pay. So, you know, it's not perfect, but it's not the worst. I think it'll definitely sell better than the Wii U, as long as the library for this thing starts to grow. I feel it's a bit anemic at the moment, and I'm really waiting for the Mario games, to be honest. Mario and then the eventual Pokemon game that comes out for it. Pretty much all I have this for at the moment. I'll eventually maybe do Sonic Mania and a few others that are on the list to come out. As far as setting up your accounts, I find it really easy. I like the fact that you don't have to use Mii's anymore unless you choose to as your avatar. The controls are pretty on point. The sensors are really nice. The HD rumble is pretty cool. 1-2 Switch showcases that really well. I think of it as an expensive tech demo. I think it should have been packed in with the console, but it's an argument for another day. Another gripe that I have with the console: Nintendo, why did you stay with friend codes? Can't we just move on like big boys and girls and just use user tags and things like that? They're much easier to remember and much easier to identify people by. Such a pain in the ass. But whatever, it's a small price. It's not make or break. Another thing I dislike about the console, or not really dislike, I just find it to be a waste of space on the console. And I know they were trying to go for symmetry, but for fuck's sake, man, this share button is such a waste. Share to Facebook and Twitter directly with this button. Okay, yay. What about YouTube? Oh wait, that's right, Nintendo wants all the money you make from your videos on YouTube, so they're not gonna let that happen. I'm shocked they allow sharing to Facebook and Twitter, to be honest. But, whatever. I honestly think this should have been an NFC reader, or another home button, or shit, anything other than a share button. It's the most useless button on the console. It's like a shit-flavored lollipop. Just for novelty. But this is the basic design of your Switch. This is the front, the Joy-Cons go on either side, and attaching it is a rail. In the back, you have your flimsy little kickstand that does not support the console when you go to shut it off or adjust the volume, if you're at the wrong angle. Here are your trigger buttons on the Joy-Cons. This is the L button and the Z or ZL. And this is the R button and the Z or ZR button. This here is your game slot. You open this up and stick your game cartridge in here. Oh, not here, in here. And unlike your iPhone, there is a headphone jack. And this is your exhaust fan, or your exhaust port, rather. So all the hot air can rise out, keep the console cool. Although that isn't doing a good enough job for some people, and the consoles are warping. I know you're noticing these little buttons here. What do these do? You push these in and slide the J-Con, the Joy-Con right up out of the rail. Now, when we gently put this face down, underneath the kickstand, you have your SD card slot right here. I'm going to eventually upgrade mine so that I never have to change it. And there is your charging / USB port. On one of your Joy-Cons, you have your IR sensor / camera, which is okay. 1-2 Switch uses it in 1 or 2 games. And I think there is a camera or sensor right here on the tablet. And that's it. Okay, so I'm sure most of you are wondering, have I tried the Switch cartridges yet? Yes, it was almost one of the first things that I did aside from unbox the console. My husband wanted the Switch almost just for the purpose of tasting the cartridge. And here it is. This has been Heroes and it's only been good. The only entertainment I've gotten out of it is licking it. And so you people can see my reaction on the camera. You know, I'll show you. To be honest, in my opinion, I've tasted much worse. Shit, I've had food that tasted worse than this. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Lick a stamp. And that's about what... And that's my dog barking. But yeah, lick a stamp and or an envelope. And this is about what it tastes like. If I was a kid, I'd still swallow it. But I think Nintendo just used it as a marketing campaign so people would buy it so they can taste it. If they were going to do that, they should have made it taste like snozberries. But yeah, till next time, guys, take care.